Alright guys, so this is day one and we are talking about Microsoft 365 certified. Well, it is also called MS Azure. Exactly. So I'd have said MS Azure, so I'll just add that. Yeah, I'm the only instructor on planet Earth that edits the slides right in front of students. And okay, so thank you for that correction. Azure is so famous that it is, well, it is understood, but yes, definitely this is all Microsoft products. And let's get going. First of all, we're talking about the instructor, who is the instructor. So my name is Amir Shahzad, and I have 15 plus years, much more than that, but I don't know why I'm putting only 15. So 15 years of experience in the field of ID, and especially as a system administration side of it. So I'm a system administrator of a university back home, and also when I came here in Canada like 8 years ago. I got a job in the local bank, Scotia Bank here. For 5 years, I was a contractor there, handling the whole environment, Microsoft side of the environment. There's Linux side, and there's also Cisco side, and then database guys. So I was mainly in the Microsoft team, and I get to use a lot of. There were 85,000 users there, and global branches. We had to just maintain all those that infrastructure, Microsoft side, and VMware as well. So that was a good experience. So I used to do a lot of contracts in the market, and then because teaching is my passion, so I started teaching in private colleges. Then I got the opportunity to teach in public colleges as well. So there are some public colleges there in Toronto, which are Humber College, George Brown College, and Durham College. But also I teach in private colleges, and I do contracts as well, whichever comes my way, and if there is time. So it's contracts plus remotely connecting to a company and then maintain their infrastructure, or do some migration there. So today's market, there is a lot of need for those well, I'm saying students, but those IT professionals that have experience, and they're always on the lookout for, even in this time of pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. So there are some online jobs, many online jobs there. Online, I say that because some of my students and friends recently got jobs, and well, they are connected online only, and remotely connecting to the company. They were introduced remotely to their company's data center and the whole infrastructure, and then they were allowed to remotely connect and do the job. So they joined remotely. They are doing the work remotely there. So there are so many technologies, especially the cloud technologies are really in demand now. Cloud skills are really in demand now. So that's why my concept of teaching an IT course is that we should do so much labs in the course. It should be so much intense in being hands-on, that when you finish the course, so you should be ready for the job, right? So, or at least we can try our best that we do all the labs in such a way, again and again. We give our 100% effort to do the labs, so we're ready for the jobs right after the course. It's not that easy, but this is not a myth as well. Many of the students who have really worked hard got the jobs after the end of the course or courses. But the thing is how hardworking you are, how much time you are willing to give to all the labs. Because I'm recording this, so whatever labs we do, it's going to be in the video, and I'm going to show the video. I'll share the video with you as well. So you must repeat all the labs at home and gain a lot of confidence. Suppose you have given a lot of time to whatever labs we're going to do throughout the course. So if you have given a lot of time, I've been taking interviews, I've given a lot of interviews, I've took interviews as well in my previous jobs. So normally when a candidate comes for an interview and start talking about technology, so the candidate's confidence on the technology. Okay, I ask a question. Okay, what is Office 365, and what is SaaS based cloud solution? So the way you will start talking about it, the comfort level will tell the interviewer that this guy must have spent a lot of time, because the way the person is talking is it's full of confidence and with a lot of terminology, with a lot of knowledge, right? So that only comes when you really work hard. So that's why I will stress throughout the course that please give your 200% to this course. When you really work hard and you get a good job, then you enjoy the rest of your life. But now is the time to really, really work hard, right? So I'm going to be pushing you for that. You must have certifications as soon as possible. There's the in this course I'm targeting actually, well, this is crazy, but I'm targeting actually 4 certifications here. Normally one course targets 1 certification, right? So I'm targeting 4 certifications here. So if I'm gonna work hard, I will expect you to reply just like that. You need to exactly work hard with me. And those who are really repeating the labs again and again, I'll be asking questions to you. I will be throwing questions at you, and let's see who answers that. If you're really into it, you're really understanding everything, and then doing all the labs, your answers will tell me that you've been working hard, or you've been hardly working. The other way, it is like that, right? Hardly working or working hard. So the thing is that you give your 200% and you reap the rewards later. Many students did get the job. Those who really worked hard, they really deserved it, and some of them actually got very good jobs as well. So, but there is no shortcut. Never look for a shortcut. There's always hard work, and after hard work, the rewards are waiting for you, right? So before I start the introduction to the course here, normally I go for the career talk as well. Now we're starting a course here, and we should know that, hey, is there any um, a market for this course? Are there any jobs for this course? Why am I even doing this course, right? So normally I would say that you should go for internet, and then go for recruiter sites, the job sites, right, where the job announcements are coming. So in Canada, there's that common Indeed.com, right? Indeed.com. So this is where a lot of job announcements come. There's monster.ca there. There's workopolis.com. So there are many job sites there that ask or expect you to really have these skills. So normally I also check that, hey, is there any market for what we're teaching or what we are learning here? So if I go for Office 365 here, and it's written Toronto here, right? So normally you have to change the words to really get sometimes, or you have to just go for just the words there. So Office 365, if I type here and just Toronto I type here, right? Or we can just type GTA here, Greater Toronto Area, right? GTA Ontario. And then find jobs. So there are, okay, it's gonna ask, well, yeah, it's actually good that sending me jobs. So when you do a search in Indeed.com, you they also ask that, hey, in future, if you want to um, get alerts for that. So anyway, I'm just going down here, and there are so many companies that are showing that. Now it's never one type of certification. It's all, suppose this company is offering 65,000, and when you click that, so then there are many other skills, and one of the skills is Office 365 as well, right? So if you keep going down here, there if it is mentioned anywhere, then they will only give you that in the search, right? So if you keep going to MDM, this is mobile device management. That is part of Office 365 as well. Then Exchange and SharePoint, if they have mentioned. So there's that Office 365, Google G Suite. Then there's Okta and other platforms. So there's a this job, and they already are putting that package there. But it's always a combination. So you should not have that gap in your resume, that you don't know Office 365 administrator track, right? So if I go for this next one, and Procom contract analyst, and then it goes down to master, mastering of all the, okay, MS Office suite here as well. This is, and they're saying advanced as well. And then there's cloud IT projects there. So, and then it goes on and on. They're talking about Office 365 and all those. So the best thing to check that if this course really has a value in the market, just go to the job sites and start searching there. Some sites just start, give the package right away, that we're willing to pay this much if you have these skills. Again, there's that 36,000 per year. So well, that's kind of, yeah. So I want you to have eyes on the price, and the price should be like 35 per hour, 40 per hour, 50 per hour jobs, right? So this is just one time we're going through this Indeed.com or any job sites, whichever country you're looking for these jobs in. You can just go for that, right? Now that's the first thing. So we can see that there are so many companies that are mentioning Office 365 here, right? And that is, if I just go down, so yeah. So these are the companies that are offering. If we go for some Office 365 packages there, so Exchange Online, we're going to be going in depth with Exchange Online. And so it also has, this is just part of Office 365, right? So there are so many companies which have a mention of Exchange server there, right? So that's where, and it goes up to 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of job announcement after job announcement that are talking about Exchange. So it's so crucial. In Scotiabank also, I was handling Exchange server. So it's so crucial that first I will start with this application, Exchange Online, right? How the company emails are managed, and how the security is taken care of, how everything works, how to make groups. Before that, we will just go for Office 365 introduction. We'll go for some basic features there, security features there. Then we're going to go for Exchange Online right after that. So we're going to try to check that, how it works. Now, that was first about that. Is there any demand in the market for Office 365? If I go back to the slide, then we also must make sure that it's a combination of certifications and not just certifications. Some students used to ask me that, hey, sir, is this one certification that I'm doing, will I get a job from this certification? So I would be like, seriously, are you kidding me? So I would just say outright right away that, hey, it's not going to be one certification. It's always a combination of certification. Or maybe if you have a rich uncle there, then maybe you get a job. Otherwise, it's always a set of certifications there, right? So there are some set of certifications that I always recommend there. A security certification is missing from that, so normally I should add it, CISSP, CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker. So these are the security certifications. Any one security certification is a must-have. But what are the other must-haves? I'm just gonna mention that here. Three exams of Microsoft MCSA 2012 or 2016. That's very crucial because in the company's data centers, they have a lot of still on-premises machines, right, in the company's data center. So that's why this certification is still must-have. And although it's expiring on January 1, 2021, right? So you got like maybe now 6 to 8 months to do this certification, or any one of the certification of MCSA would be also good, because many companies have Microsoft operating system there in their data centers. And then there is one exam for Microsoft Exchange 2013 or Microsoft 365. So this is what we're going for. Microsoft 365 is a must-have certification nowadays. I just showed you that so many job announcements have mention of this Office 365 technologies there. So this is a must-have certification. Then SCCM is an advanced certification here. So it is, so suppose you have 10,000 machines in your company and you want to remotely control those machines. You want to install MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint, suppose. So you remotely want to migrate the machines from Windows 7 to Windows 10. So in that case, it is, SCCM is used. So banks and big companies look for those guys who have advanced skills of SCCM. So there's that SCCM. Well, this is advanced. It's after must-haves are done, then you should be going for that. The next must-have is a VMware virtualization certification. So you must be certified in that. If you have already done the course, try to give the exam as soon as possible. If you haven't done the course, recently one of my student was saying that he has done some cloud courses, and he was saying that when I am going for cloud jobs, they're also asking for VMware questions. They're asking VMware questions as well, right? So this VMware certification is really crucial. So there's I'm also attached to NetWest College, where it is an authorized college for VMware. So you can only get certification of VMware if you have done it from an authorized VMware college, right? The course for that. So you can do that too. But this is a must-have VMware. I'm going to give you a combination of all these certifications, how they're used in the market or in the company as well. But the third must-have is this VCP 6.5. Then there's Citrix, and this is good to have. Again, this is advanced certification, so you should know how applications can be published over the network. So if you go for Citrix, normally I just create a lot of diagrams to explain concept. So if you are suppose having 20 machines there, or maybe you have actually 5,000 Windows 10 machines, right? And the boss says that, hey, why don't you install MS Office on these machines? So either you will install one by one, go to one machine and then connect and then put the DVD or USB there, or over the network just install that, and then to the other machine, or you can deploy it in one go with SCCM. Now SCCM I already talked about that. This is System Center Configuration Manager. We can deploy all software over the network to thousands of machines from SCCM, right? So that's one solution. Then we're talking about Citrix. Why this certification is very important, and all big companies have Citrix certifications there, right? So Citrix is all about publishing applications, right? So that is that. Why do we install on 5,000 machines the Word, Excel, PowerPoint application? Why don't we just create 4 or 5 servers here, 5 heavy duty servers? Heavy duty means what? A lot of RAM, maybe 1 terabyte RAM there, and 32 core processors there, and also maybe terabytes and terabytes of disks there, right? SSD disks, solid state drives. So you could just install the application here for MS Office. So suppose the MS Office application is installed, and then Word, Excel, PowerPoint is there. So you install it on the servers, right? I'm just explaining what is Citrix, right? So you install it here, and then you simply publish those. So an icon of MS Word will be appearing in 5,000 machines. An icon of Excel will be appearing in 5,000 machines. So whenever users connect to those 5,000 machines, 5,000 users connect to those machines, so they will just see a W written there, or they will just see an E written there, Excel, or they will just see. So when they click the icon there, so they will be redirected to a server, and their session will open in a server. So they will be actually not using the local machine, they will be using the server remotely. So the processor, RAM and CPU will be used for the server, right? So this means that you can use it even on tablets, and it will be fast, even on cell phones, and it will be fast. You just see the icons. The actual software is not installed on the user machines there. It is actually remotely installed on servers. So that's the Citrix. So but SCCM, if you wanted to install it on 5,000 machines, then you use SCCM for that. You can control from that one server thousands of machines, right? So SCCM configuration is also, or certification is also very important. And then there is so we go for ITIL. What is ITIL certification? This is just that change management. Suppose you are actually going for to change the RAM. So ITIL certification, ITIL, it's very important as well. If you haven't done that certification, then companies will make you do that certification. Better do it before you apply for a job. So ITIL is change management. What does that mean? Change management means that you suppose want to change the RAM of these 5 servers here. So when you change the RAM or processor, not processor, RAM, or you upgrade that, or network card or sound card of that server, so you need to first write a plan there. So that I'm just going to write a plan, take approval, document the change, right? So when you document the change, so then you'll be following the processes of ITIL. So this certification is also really important, and if you haven't done that, just put in your plans to do this certification, ITIL, right? So then when we go for others, so CCNA, if you haven't done CCNA, which is Cisco Certified Network Associate, and that shows you how each branch, how we are connected within the company, and how branches are connected to. Suppose there are many branches across the country or across the globe. So you have Toronto here, you have New York here, you have Calgary here. So those branches are connecting to each other through routers, right? So you need to know routing, and then between the branches is connected by routers, and within the branch, suppose you have a lot of machines there, so they are connected by switches. So you need to know routing and switching, how we are connected within the branch, and between the branches, how we're connected. So that's why it's a real must-have course you need to do. If you haven't done CCNA, minimum go for CCNA, better go for CCNP, the next level there. The CCIE is the top level then. Then there are this CISSP, CEH. Now this is purely a security course, and well, there is a huge demand for security certifications there. So that's why I added to this course at the end security as well. So at least one security dedicated certification has to be in your resume. Otherwise, it's nowadays it's considered incomplete, right? So you should have that security certification there, and CEH is Certified Ethical Hacking, or which is really top certification, and CISSP is also very top. The mechanisms of security are discussed there, but obviously I've added the Azure Security, which is a security of just the Azure cloud platform there, right? So now there's that must-have certification, and that is Microsoft Azure Cloud Administrator. So you must ASAP, as soon as possible, do the Azure Cloud Administrator certification. If you haven't done that, this is a must-have in your resume. And this is all about, so what is cloud? Cloud is somebody else's data center. What is data center? Data centers have thousands of machines called servers, and there are thousands of applications on top of those machines there. So you need to really know what is cloud, and how these certifications, the jobs for these certifications are pretty much globally available. And now, even with this time of pandemic, it's even more important to have the cloud certifications there, right? So Azure, Microsoft Azure Cloud Certification, that's a must-have certification. In fact, I would say must-have. Let me just add one more must here. Looks cool, right? Okay, so must-have certification here, and then the Amazon. Amazon is the top cloud services provider where you can rent their machines to do your business, and when you're done, just delete your machines there. So the top certifications are Amazon Web Services, there's a AWS Solutions Architect Associate level. I'll be starting that course soon as well, where I'm going to go 4-in-1, where we're going to go for AWS certified, Amazon certified certifications, and Azure Cloud, and then Google Cloud is also, well, it was third, but now Google Cloud Platform, and then the fourth one has arrived, which is Oracle Cloud now. So there will be a lot of jobs there for these certifications as well. The next course that I'm planning to launch is Microsoft Azure, AWS. Both are the top ones, so they will be covered in depth. Then Google Cloud and Oracle Cloud, 4-in-1 again. This time it's 4 types of cloud certifications. Once you understand even one type of cloud, like Amazon's cloud or Azure's cloud, then you would easily get an idea about other cloud services providers as well, right? But very soon I'll be covering all 4-in-1, all cloud certifications. So this combination here, so if you know this cloud type, which is normally referred to as IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service. So let me say IaaS. So that is not D. Well, that's also disaster recovery, but this is IaaS. So this is Infrastructure as a Service, and here what we're going for is SaaS, right? So and that is a SaaS service. So I'm just going to be explaining a difference between that, why you should have one of the SaaS certification. Now SaaS is also considered in Southeast Asian community as mother-in-law. So SaaS or SaaS is a very attractive word among those who are coming from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, right? But all others who are not from this area, so SaaS is like, software as a service, right? But for us, there's a new meaning to that, another meaning, SaaS. Okay, anyway, just kidding. So software as a service, SaaS. Now we are doing this full administrator track of Office 365, which is a SaaS-based service. Now, what is that? What am I talking about? And the other combination that you must have in your resume is IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service, right? So, okay. So yeah, at the word of SaaS, so some of the viewers are actually laughing. So yeah, whenever SaaS comes, I just remember my SaaS. Okay. So anyway, what am I talking about? Okay. So let's go ahead and let's just talk about this certificate. So guys, normally these courses are tough. They're not easy. There will be so many labs coming your way, so many labs. And we have to be, we have to have a fun environment to understand tough technologies, right? So that is how I go for the course here. And that is, the environment has to be really fun. And also, it is tough that already, so we're gonna have fun as well, right? So now, why am I saying there should be one certification from SaaS and one from IaaS? So I'm gonna quickly go to another diagram here where we can just talk about that, because you're about to do a course of cloud, right? So there are IaaS, and that is Infrastructure as a Service. And then there is SaaS, and that is Software as a Service, right? So what's the difference? So the difference is that in infrastructure, we can create virtual machines. We can create storage or folders to upload files and other folders, and also we can create networks. We can create our private networks. We can have a lot of other services. So it works like a data center. But so in our case, if we connect to Microsoft Azure, wow, Microsoft. So I'm coming up with new words here. Microsoft Azure. So it so we will be connecting to Azure data center. So we will be connecting to their data center or a huge amount of machines, and we're going to be renting their machines to create our business virtual machines here. We're going to be uploading files and folders, and then we're going to be going for network. So, well, it's not we're going to be, this is not the course we're doing right now, but soon I'll be offering that Azure as well. And there's that SaaS. So, what do we do in SaaS based course? So, that is a software, a set of enterprise grade applications, big applications, right? Where thousands or 100,000 users or 500,000 or a million users are connected there. So, a set of enterprise grade applications which are already installed and ready to be used. So, you don't have to install the applications, you don't have to worry about the processor, RAM, hard disk. Oh, okay. So, there's a question there from Nasir. Oh, well, there's a comment there, networking. And the viewer is saying, can you write that in OneNote? Okay, sure, viewer. I'll be writing that in OneNote. Also, so a set of enterprise grade applications which are already installed and ready to be used. So all we need to do is to create a user account, and that's what we're going to do in Office 365. Then customize these applications according to our company needs slash requirements, right? So and what we're talking about in SaaS is Exchange Online. Now, Exchange Online, some of you have heard it already, or many of you. So okay, there's a question from Okas is saying, are you going to provide the PPTs? Yes, sir. All PowerPoint slides will be provided, and also, yeah, and guys, there's a chat there, and you can ask any question there. Whatever is popping up, just go ahead and ask that question. So you're welcome. So Exchange Online here is so what we are covering first of all in this course is SaaS-based applications where after, even before pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, it was in great demand. But after we are all in lockdown, the whole planet is in lockdown, and so millions of more users have gone to Office 365 applications there. So there's even much more demand of Office 365 level 2, level 3, level 4 administrators there, right? So because millions of end users have connected to Microsoft applications, there is so much demand for Office 365 now, and Azure experts there. So we're talking about within Office 365 here, software as a service, Exchange Online. Now, Exchange server we used to install in our local machines, right? Local HP, Dell, and IBM servers. And oh, okay. So there's a question there. Mariam is asking, does record on for this session? Oh, okay. So let me check that. Am I recording that? Thank you always. That's a good reminder for this. In fact, oh yeah, I didn't even start the video. Hey. Okay, so yeah, let me just fix the view here. Books should be showing and the flag. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, guys. So what we're doing is that I forgot to turn the video. Maybe you know what happens is, as soon as in the middle of the class, sometimes I turn on the video and the students are like, "Whoa." Okay, just kidding. Okay, so if we are really laughing, smiling while we're doing the toughest courses, we're gonna understand that, and we're going to really try to go for better jobs, right? So yeah, how about the cut here? I did myself. Okay, let's go ahead. So Exchange Online, we're talking about Exchange Online here, right? So that is email correspondence. Now, every company correspondence. So every company is dependent on their email correspondence, business correspondence. Okay, Avaz, can we access these classes later? There's a question there. Avaz is asking, can we access these classes later? Yes, because this is being recorded, and it's in. Maybe I've showed you already. It's not maybe. I'm sure I showed you already. Everyone, that's everyone I'm talking about. This right, ID school here, Amir's online school. So this is Office 365 course. Those make sure that you are enrolled in this course. There's that price tag here, but so I'm just gonna click that inside, and there's that enroll in course. Hey, I don't want to purchase the course myself, right? So I'll just go for admin here, and on the admin side, there's courses, and there's Office 365 here, curriculum. So you should be enrolled in this course, and you should be seeing this course topics, what does and it does not teach, what it does and does not teach, study guides, ebooks, websites with loads not of Office 365 crucial information relevant to the course. Seriously, I need to change that. Okay. And what to expect in this course, about the instructor, resources, concept introduction. I'll be adding here video links that will be available for you forever, right? So that would be available for you forever. Once you are connected to, and I'll be offering a lot of course that you can do as a self-paced as well. But live instructor class is always best, because then you understand exactly the concept. You can ask questions as well. From videos, you cannot ask questions, right? So this is you should be having access to this, and I'll be adding as the course progresses. This video will be uploaded to this section. There will be a link here. What to expect from this course, and about the instructor, resources, and especially the resources. You should be going for those resources area. But I'll be going for these areas as well, one by one, to start, and I'll be putting the videos, the slides here, and the URLs that gives references to some very good informational sites about the topic that we're going to be going for, right? So that's what we're doing. So you should be, if you don't have access to this, just let me know or email me, and I will. Otherwise, you can have access to it yourself as well. If you're going through this, you can just pay the $499, enroll in course for $499. If you click that, then, and now $499 is a very less fee. Normally in different colleges it is $699 or $799, and that's for one course, not for 5 courses, right? So this is very, very less, and yeah, so it's already really cheap. So but you get much more for the value. That's what I also do, that you should get more knowledge, so you should be ready for the job sooner, right? So yes, OS, the classes will be available forever, and once you're enrolled in this, then yes, you will always have access to that, right? So okay, I'm just gonna go for that, but to make sure that you are enrolled to this school, online school, and if not, then you just go ahead and enroll it, or just ask the link for me, right? So I'll be adding a lot of courses here later. So if you're there now, going back to what I was talking about here, exchange online email correspondence here. So there's that email correspondence we were talking about. So suppose well, there are so many hacking attempts that are done on emails of the company. Suppose you're sending an email to a client, and the client is about to do an investment of a couple of $1 million in your company, but the rival company just hires a hacker, and the hacker just hacks your email where you're giving some prices of the products, and that email is changed with the wrong prices, and the rival gives lesser prices there, and wins the contract. Your company loses contracts, and the company can even crash down because your security mechanisms were not good. So the whole business of the company depends on email. Right now, in one of the contracts that I am doing, so their email is bouncing back, or their email is not reaching to the client. So I have to troubleshoot with the vendor what's going on here. So here also we're going to talk about what are the best practices of managing the company's main line of business, and that is email, right? So that's where, and this has a lot of topics here. In fact, if I just take you back to this course curriculum here, so you can, if you go down here, the Exchange server starts here. See this? Microsoft Exchange Online, and there's online recipients, permissions, compliance management, organization, protection, advanced threats, mail flow, mobile configurations, public folders there. That's like, then there's SharePoint Online. So you see and that's just one topic. There are many subtopics, loads of subtopics under that one topic, right? That I'll be adding slowly. But this is very critical that you understand how corporate emails really work. Okay, there's that. Ali's asking one more time, list of class. Okay, that list. Okay, so I'll just list of classes. You mean this? So there are two classes here. One is I'm offering this 70-742 course free in the call, but I'm just going to be adding there a lot of things. Right now it's not there. There's that Office 365 that is paid, and yeah, you can just click yourself and pay from the credit card or whichever. Then this is the list of all the topics that I'm going to be going for, and I'm going to be explaining all those topics there as well, right? There will be half an hour break at 8. Today it will be 8:24, 8:23. Okay, yeah, 8:23. Half an hour break at that time. So, but I'll be explaining all the topics, and I'll be telling you what should be ready before the next class, because we're gonna go for action right away. We're gonna do all the labs step by step. So I'll be explaining the labs as well. How do we start? Where do we start? And well, I'm gonna be doing the lab, and you're gonna be following me. So step by step, we're gonna learn everything, each and every feature. Right? It has to be in depth. You're more knowledgeable, then you get the job easily. You're less knowledgeable, you don't. Job prospects are then low, right? Okay. And then John is saying that can you please send the link for that course? Well, yeah, it's you have to enroll in this. So if I just sign out from here and just create an account here. And so I'll be putting this link there in the chat now, and I'll be creating a WhatsApp group as well. So I hope you have filled up that form that I've given to everyone. I need your cell phone number there to add you to the WhatsApp group as well, right? So, and Johnny, that's you have to create an account there in the school, and then you can go inside and see the course content there, right? So, and viewer is saying that online platform looks different for me. Well, I'm not sure how, but viewer you should be inside this Office 365 to see this, and you have to be enrolled in this. So I'll be just checking the users here, which users are in the course, and then I'll enroll the users. I have to, from my side, enroll either those who purchase the course get enrolled automatically, or I have to enroll you guys manually, right? So yeah. Okay, viewer says I see, for example, day 1, 11 September, introduction to the course. Ouch. Okay, yeah, I'll be fixing that. Thank you for that mix up in the date. Okay, so yeah, as we were talking about, I'm taking your questions as well, guys. So please do keep on asking questions there. And I'm going back to what we were talking about. So Exchange Online email correspondence, that's the first we're going to go for after the pilot project. So we're going to go for the pilot project. I'm going to explain the whole pilot project, and I'm going to also show you that what software you need for the next class to do the pilot project, right? Just make sure that we are really ready for those labs, because we need to get a good job, right? So this is, if you are really having in-depth knowledge, you will definitely get a good job. So the second one is then SharePoint Online. Now these are actually separate courses as well. Exchange Online is a separate course as well, right? But it's included in Office 365, and I'm just adding it to this whole track here. I call it the administrator track. We're doing administrator track, right? So then SharePoint Online is there, and that is all about file sharing, intranet, not only file sharing, but intranet, if you've heard that term before, which is an inside the company internet, we can say, with the company do its announcements. So and then we can connect business applications. SharePoint is really complicated, but it's also really important. Every company uses that, so you should have that. Okay, so Ali's asking how much difference between SharePoint Online with on-premises. So Ali, not much. Obviously, it's the same software online. It's just that on-premises you need to install SQL Server yourself. SharePoint application has to create that database in the SQL Server remotely. And online you don't have to install SQL Server. It's just all handled in the background. So but online they are making changes really fast. When I taught this course last time, the interface was different. Some of the new features were not there last time. Now I'm just doing that. So for on-premises, some features are missing now, and here in SharePoint the new features are available, and every 2 to 3 months there are new features coming there. So online will be always updated, and the on-premises you have to do the updates. Whenever you do the updates, then you get the new features, but significantly no change here. It's the same thing. Okay, so then there is Teams Online. Now that's where Microsoft is really spending a lot of money. Millions of dollars of budget has been set aside for Teams Online. So Teams Online is all about user and we can say user group collaboration, right? User and group collaboration, and it is not only user and group collaboration, but meetings and conferences can be set up, and we need to understand all that. There's so many new features coming. It's also integrated to, now it is having a lot of more new features there, integrated to SharePoint. So how much integration is there to SharePoint with Teams Online? And so it's all about teams that are working together in a project, right? So Sam is asking, does this replace Skype for Business? Yes, it has already actually replaced. Skype for Business used to be there inside Office 365. Now only Teams is showing there. Skype for Business is not even showing there. So Teams has totally replaced Skype for Business, but all the Skype for Business features are there in Teams Online for meetings, conferences, and bridges that we connect to. So that is, yes, Skype for Business, all features are there, but Skype for Business itself is now no more. It's all Teams Online now. So then there is, and Teams integrate with SharePoint, and Teams integration with Exchange Online. They have really made it really amazing now. All these critical applications that a company uses for their daily running, all these applications are centrally handled from Microsoft 365 Administrator Dashboard. So there is Microsoft 365 Admin Center, that is also an admin dashboard, from where you can handle all these applications. These are the main core applications, right? Okay, so Saeed is saying SFB is available for users who already have the subscriptions, correct? For new tenants, we only have the Teams. Yeah, so Skype for Business for older customers is still there because they haven't upgraded yet, and whenever they upgrade, so any new customers, you will only see Teams now. You won't see Skype for Business. So Saeed, you're right. For older customers who still haven't upgraded, yes, it is there. So, but whenever we get a new license, it's gone. Now, and those customers have to upgrade. Well, they just have to pay for the upgrade from Microsoft, and they have to move their data on large scale. So we are also in one contract. I'm going to be convincing now the company to move away from, there's a telecom here, Bell, and they have their email system on Bell, and they're going to be, I'm going to be convincing them to move to Office 365, but that's a lot of emails and data there that needs to be moved. So it's going to be interesting migration there. So yes, for new tenants, Teams is there, but basically, yeah, it's going to be obsolete. So Microsoft 365 Admin Center will be this will be centrally administering all core applications. Now I'm referring to these applications as core applications because that constitutes the main Office 365, or Microsoft 365 is the new name now. But then there's OneDrive there, OneDrive Online, and the policies. We're going to discuss the sharing and security policies, which are really critical and are overlooked by administrators. Sharing and security policies there. Actually, there's migration there as well. So how do you migrate data for OneDrive and SharePoint both? And then there are loads of other apps like Power Apps and Delve and Project and Visio are not added yet, but it is there. So there's a question there. Sir, can you explain PAAs? Okay, I have to put that abbreviation somewhere. I'm looking for my page there. Where's the abbreviation PA? Or you can just abbreviate that. Oh, platform as a service. You're saying the A should be, if it was. Okay, so you mean PAAS, PaaS. So yeah, PaaS is platform as a service. Platform as a service. There is also DRAAS, disaster recovery as a service. DRAAS. There are many other. So service. So PaaS, or platform as a service, is for mainly developers. Use that. So in that case, we do not have to arrange the underlying virtual machines and OS. We don't have to worry about virtual machines and OS. Only application deployment is what they do. So platform as a service, PaaS. Yeah, double A's are just small, so then that's why I got confused a little. So Fahd is saying that and as IaaS is this infrastructure purchased by your company, and you purchase software from cloud and use it personally for your own infrastructure. Oh, so that is normally if you can download the software as well. Yes, Fahd. So you can download the. Yeah, sure. I'll be showing the note, sir. Yeah. So here, what you're saying is IaaS is normally infrastructure service is from Microsoft. They are big vendors, right? From Microsoft, and then Amazon, and then Google Cloud, Google, Oracle now, right? And so they have invested in data centers across the globe. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. So they have invested in data centers across the globe, right? So we simply rent their servers. We rent their data centers. We use them. We use the virtual machines. We do our business. We earn millions, and then we just stop our machines. We don't need our own data centers. That's it, right? But then there are open source, or there's a software there as well that they offer, right? So we can also deploy their Azure software on our company hardware and create our private cloud as well. So we can do that too, right? So yes, now IaaS still is a public cloud. This is called private cloud, what you're saying, Fahad. So that is a private cloud, and what I was talking about is public cloud. So publicly, the data centers are available for rent, and there are thousands and thousands of machines across the globe are available for rent, so we can remotely connect to them and create our virtual machines there. But what you're saying is exactly we can just get the software from Azure, we can get the software from Amazon, and then we can just offer our own private cloud that exactly looks like the Azure or public cloud there. So cool. Azure Stack. I was thinking, Nasir would be mentioning that. In fact, I was waiting that, hey, why is Nasir not mentioning that? So definitely, thank you, Nasir, for that. It is called Azure Stack. There's a open stack there, and Nasir has actually already deployed that. In fact, you were doing that last week or no? So 8 hours deployment. Whew. So you must have your own software, and you can create your private cloud with that software. So it is called. Thank you, Nasir, for that. Azure Stack, right? So for Microsoft, also for Amazon, so that software is called Azure Stack. That you can download and you can create your own private cloud. So, but you have to take care of that hardware. You should be very good in then how hardware must not go down, or otherwise the cloud will be affected. So yeah, we talked about IaaS, infrastructure as a service. We talked about then platform as a service, and we talked about SaaS or software as a service, right? So now I was talking about that. Okay, this course revolves around SaaS and software as a service, and in this course we are having exchange online for email correspondence, and that's a lot of topics there. So lots of labs coming your way with best practices for enterprise compliance policies. What are the compliance policies you should be following, and saying in the interview as well that what should be the security mechanism and company compliance mechanism implemented in Exchange Server, SharePoint, as well as Teams Online. Lots of new features have arrived now, and integration features have arrived now. So Microsoft 365 Admin Center is what we're going to log in first, and then we're going to be controlling Exchange Online from there. Then we're going to be controlling SharePoint Online from there. Then we're going to be like one by one. We're going to be going to each, and then Teams Online there, right? So platforms. So this is what we are covering in this course, and that's where applications already installed and are in huge demand. I have forgot to mention one very important thing here, important application that is too important, and that is Microsoft Azure Active Directory, right? So Microsoft Azure Active Directory. Okay, so Microsoft Azure Active Directory, we're going to explore all the features of that too. And that's a big topic as well. Because you're getting AAA from here, right? Anyone knows what's a AAA? Not the AAA battery. So viewer, tell me what is AAA. Okay, yeah, or anyone else? Yes, authorization. That's it? Authorization? Authentication, exactly. And the last one is audit. Audit slash accounting, exactly. Thank you for that. So AAA there, and what we're saying is, so authentication. So is this our guy or not? So authenticate, yes, username, password, right? And authorization. So that is okay. This is our guy. This is our company employee, but he or she is not supposed to be accessing the resources of the company. Suppose this color printer you cannot print, but that other printer you can print. So that is authorization. So what you can use, what you cannot use in the company. And auditing slash accounting just means that how long were you logged in, what resources did you use for how much time, how much of the resources that you've used. So that is auditing. So it's exactly, you're right, it's accounting as well. Some people say auditing, some say accounting, and both are acceptable. So you're right, viewer. Okay, so now Microsoft Azure Active Directory, this is also very important. So in fact, this would be our first topic of exploration, and we're going to be going through all the newer features as well. And it's gonna get tough because we need to upgrade our package. Don't worry, all free from Microsoft. We need to upgrade to Premium 2 package. There's a Premium 1, there's a Premium 2, and we're gonna try to enable all the advanced features of Office 365 within Azure Active Directory. We're going to step by step understand this feature does what, the diagram, and then the lab. So theory, diagram, lab for every feature we're going to go. So I'll make sure that you understand everything. But yes, Microsoft Azure Active Directory is one of the major features there for security and authorization, while there is authorization. So that's a new spelling here. Authorization. And so Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, Teams Online, Microsoft Azure Active Directory Online, obviously. Obviously it's online. So, well, and they are all controlled by that central administrator console or dashboard, which is Microsoft 365 Internet. So you're going to see that some of the policies that we're going to be creating for security, for compliance, will be it will ask, the dashboard or central administration will ask that, hey, you want to enable that policy for all 4 core applications, or you want to enable that policy for just Exchange Online or just for SharePoint. So you need to go through all that to confidently answer in the interview that yes, I'm a level 3 administrator for Office 365, and I know how to configure Exchange Online. So suppose you have done Office 365 and you have done Azure and AWS, and then there is another candidate in the interview for a 40 per hour job, and that's a good one. Wow, that's actually a wow one. So, but the other one has only AWS and Azure. You have AWS, Azure, and Office 365. So obviously they will select you because you know a great portion of the SaaS-based technologies that the companies have. Pretty much every company has now Microsoft Teams, Microsoft SharePoint Online, Microsoft Exchange Online. Their business depends on that, right? So that's why you have to understand the level 2, level 3 administration of these technologies, right? So that's why we're going to go in depth with each and every feature. Why are we using this feature? Why are we not using that other feature? And why not that other one? So we'll be discussing that with diagrams that are, as I'm creating the diagrams here, and it will be all recorded in the video. But this is, what we're going to be covering in Exchange Online, SharePoint, in Office 365, which is SaaS based, right? My other course that would be coming soon is IaaS based, and that would be also 4-in-1 for AWS, Azure, in-depth, Google Cloud, and Oracle Cloud, also critical topics only. So if you're saying, can it be controlled by from 365 Admin Center, OneDrive? Yes. So OneDrive is also so from 365 you can control this OneDrive. These are the core 5 applications there. This is one, right? Exchange Online for emails. Second is SharePoint, and third is Teams, and fourth is OneDrive here, and fifth is Microsoft Azure Active Directory, which is actually should be the first one. So these are 5 core. Then there are smaller software there which they are adding. So we're going to go through those software as well. It's Microsoft Office 365's main rival is, anyone knows the main rival of Microsoft Office 365? Which is the other rival application that companies go for because of Microsoft 365 is a bit expensive for the for smaller companies. Anyone knows? Welcome. So anyone knows which who's the rival of Microsoft 365 or Office 365? Exactly, G Suite. So Leo, you're right. It's G Suite. That is the biggest rival. I was using that in another company for a college actually. So that is good. I mean, but not as good. I was all the time missing Office 365 because I'm so used to it. So many features. The top collaboration application is Office 365. The second best is this G Suite, right? That's the second best. Exactly, Sam and Liu and Fahad. So G Suite. But now, what this course teaches, and I want to be clear on what this course does not teach. This course does not teach Office 365, MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. So this course is not about these small end user applications. This course is about the administration of level 3 administration, level 4 administration. Level 2 we can say, level 2, 3, 4 administration. Level 1 is desktop support, right? So the job starts from like 17, 18 per hour to 20, 25 per hour for desktop support guys, right? Depends on which company you're getting hired. And then level 2, level 3 administrators, level 4 administrators, that's where you're getting 35 per hour, 30 per hour, 35 per hour, 40 per hour, 45 per hour. So we're aiming for the administration of these core applications. So only Exchange Online, suppose there's a bank, they're using that. A majority of the banks are using that, so they have 80,000 users, they have 100,000 users. You're the administrator to handle Exchange server for 100,000 users. So how will you do that? So that's what this course talks about, the administration of a large company, small, medium, large company, administration of small, medium, large company, right? So SharePoint for 100,000 users, Teams Online for thousands of users, and then Azure Active Directory for thousands of users, so, and OneDrive. So all the policies for thousands and thousands of users, how do you really configure that? So this course is aiming for a 30 per hour job, 35 per hour job, 40 per hour job, and onwards, right? So that's why my suggestion is be ready to give your 100% effort there to go through every feature one by one, clearly understand what's the purpose of that, and do the labs. I do the labs for pretty much every feature. Serious. Hello. Oh, okay, just kidding. So yeah, I should have. There's a latest technology called that was recently discovered in Japan, and that is called mute. So yeah, I forgot to implement that technology, mute. Okay, so well, it was not recently discovered. Now, what we're talking about is that all the features have to be done step by step. Now, when we talk about these features, so here, Microsoft Azure Active Directory AAA, that's where our pilot project starts. Now, what does that mean? So before I go for actually the pilot project, I need to go for the other side, and that is the other side. Wow, it's like a movie or something. The other side, the other dimension or something. No, it's not the the other course I meant, and that is Microsoft Azure. So, what's the combination of Microsoft Azure security with Office 365? I mean, really? So, normally this combination goes for if you have if you're doing the Azure administrator, which is AZ103 certification, right? Which is going to be 104 now. And then there's Azure Architect, AZ300, and then there's Azure Security. Now that's security. So Azure, this is security here, and that is AZ-500. So these are the 3 certifications that I push every student to do. You must have these certifications in your resume because in Toronto area, in GTA, anywhere actually, wherever companies are using cloud certifications, cloud services, they require you to be an architect to suggest them how to configure the cloud environment for them, to administer them day to day, and then secure that environment, right? So this is really, really important. With this, I'm just going for then Office 365 administration track, which is 4 certifications. I'm going to tell you which certifications we're covering actually. So administrator track, this is a full track we're covering, not just one Office 365 certification. So, and then if you have Amazon's certification, which is AWS associate, right? Architect. So this is what I call a deadly combination here. So this is very good. Well, actually, sorry, deadly combination will complete here. VCP, VMware Certified Professional. You must be an expert of virtualization. This course goes in depth. I'm teaching that course in 2 colleges there. And we're going in depth with all the technologies. We're going step by step. We're understanding everything and doing from scratch everything, right? So you understand inside out what's going on. So this is a very good combination of courses that your resume must have. It's a must have combination that I'm talking about, right? So AZ103, so administration of Azure. So Azure jobs are so many there. If you type in Indeed.com or job recruiter sites there, job sites there, when you type Azure, 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 every company has Azure because it's cheaper. But all big companies have AWS as well because it's a bit more expensive and a bit more reliable as well than Azure. So, and then they all have Office 365 administration track related services. And then the majority, 80% of the data centers, global data centers there, they all have VMware. So how to connect, local data centers to cloud. So this is a deadly combination, or the best sought after combination that you must have. So always plan plan for this combination of certifications. So just make sure that your eyes on the prize, right? And what's the prize there? It's 35 per hour job, right? That's a prize. So yeah, so yeah, it's kind of, yeah, hitting me. So so that's what the combination is, and we're at this level right now, right? So in fact, this other certification, that is AZ500, I'm adding it here as a bonus. I do these kind of stunts a lot. I call it stunt, right? One course of Office 365 is enough to take a lot of energy. I'm offering 4 courses of Office 365 plus one for, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna one course is typically 30, 35, 40 hours. This is going to be 60 plus hours. So you get a lot when you're doing these courses, right? So okay guys, we're going ahead and talking about the certifications there. What are the certifications that we need to have? Now we're talking about, okay, we're going to learn the skills of Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, Teams Online, OneDrive Online, and Microsoft Azure Active Directory. These are all critical applications separately even. You can do a separate course of Exchange, SharePoint, and Teams, but it is in one course that you're doing that now, right? So what are the certifications? So I need to go for those certifications as well. So there's that Office 365 certification URL and Azure certification URL. So I'm going to copy that and I'll paste these 2 URLs there in the chat. You can just go to those URLs. We haven't created a WhatsApp group yet, so those WhatsApp group, in the WhatsApp group, I'll be sharing all that data as well, and plus in our LMS system, learning management system, right? So that's where all the data will be going after today's class. So make sure that you have enrolled into that course on the site. So the first one is Office 365 certifications URL. So if I click that Office 365 certification URL, so it takes us to this page. And if you go further down here, so there are lots of certifications here, right? So let me tell you one thing here. The Office 365 admin track. So I'll just get rid of this. So Office 365 administration track requires it has 2 core certifications, and it has 1 optional certification that we can choose from 5 optional certifications, right? So from 1 out of 5, any 5, so 1 from the 5 certifications that you can choose, and it's so total you have to give 3 exams there, right? If you want to go for administration track. If you want to be considered as I'm an Office 365 administrator, so you have to go for these 3 certifications here, right? So I'm covering in this course 4 of those certifications because I'm going for a job-oriented. This is a job-oriented approach, right? So why am I saying it's a job-oriented approach? So job-oriented. So whatever is important for the job, that has to be understood in detail, in depth, right? So job-oriented course. So why am I saying that? All those combinations that, or all those certifications, or all those technologies that I've mentioned are specific for the job. So in this course, I would not have gone for separate Exchange server, right? Exchange server is a separate certification. I would not have gone for Teams there, right? That's a separate certification altogether. But I've added them because when you're going for interview, excuse me. So some of my students and friends also are saying that, hey, when you say that, oh, I know Office 365 core technologies there, right? MFA, security, and ADC connector there. But then they ask, okay, Office 5, those core technologies. Okay, how about the Exchange as well? And then, if you haven't done that, now this is a separate certification that you have to choose from 5 optional certification. One you have to do from out of 5, but you have to choose. Oh, I want to choose Exchange. No. I want to choose Teams. So these two I've added, Exchange and Teams, in this course. So when you get out, when you're done with this course and you've really worked hard, if you have really worked hard, so your interview about Office 365 should be perfect. And I'm going to give you interview questions as well when you're going for interview. Let me know. I'll send you some interview questions as well. But really make sure that you cover these Exchange Online and Teams Online, which is a separate certification, but I'm adding it just so your interview should be good. It should, there should be meaningful knowledge, which is practically we can implement, which is useful for us in our job, right? We're doing it for job, right? So that's why 2 core certifications just talk about basic administration of Office 365. 1 out of 5 you can choose, and I'm just going for 2 out of 5. So I'm going to be going for Teams Online and Exchange. So if we are talking about that, the page that I just sent you there, so this is MS 100 is the first certification here. MS 100, this one, right? Or seriously? Okay. So MS 100 is and MS 101. These are 2 main core certifications. You have to do those if you want to become an administrator. Suppose you're planning for, no, I just want to put a logo of Office 365. I'm going to do 1 certification. I'm going to put it on resume that Office 365 MS 100 I have done. Yes, you can do that too. Or you can go all out. Some of the students, they really crazily went all out for the administration track and then the security as well. So their resume is good now. Some of them are being offered good jobs there, and few of them have joined already. So, but it's not just one combination. It's always AWS, Azure, and Office 365, VMware. The deadlier the combination, seriously, why I'm saying deadlier, the better the combination, the better aspects of jobs, right? So MS 100 and MS 101, these 2 certifications are core, but you will see that really critical concepts there are there. If you don't go through those concepts, you can't understand Office 365 administration there, right? So if I just line up here those certifications, so the 2 core certifications are MS 100 and MS 101. So there, MS 100 is Microsoft 365 Identity and Services, and MS 101 is Microsoft 365 Mobility and Security. So very, very interesting 2 certifications. If I go for Identity and Services, so it talks about, okay, I'll just click that. So there's that download exam outline here, and so it talks about yeah, Atif is saying, man, too many certifications here. Are you kidding me? Can anyone possibly do all these? So, yes, pretty much a lot of us are doing that. So, yeah, there are too many certifications, but you can go for the core certification. Suppose some people have lesser time. So, the suggestion is, and that's a good thing, survival time. Yeah, it's a survival time, so more certification is always better. Yeah, Nasir is saying several times. Yes, that is also correct. So suppose when I tried to when I was coming to Canada, so I was going for some critical certifications. We can say strategic certifications there that might get me a job sooner. So there was administration track for some of the certifications there. I would just go for, I did one of the Citrix certification. I did one of the, well, just one VMware certification. I did CCNA. So Citrix logo I can mention on my resume now with all the experience. Obviously, if you don't have experience, you won't get the job anyway. So I had that experience in previous job. I handled Citrix, VMware, and Microsoft environment. So, but I didn't want to go for all three certifications to go for administration track. I just gave one exam and put that logo there. And okay, I'm Office 365 certified. I'm Microsoft certified. I'm VMware certified as well. So if you go multi-vendor, that's what the companies have. They all have, uh, multi-vendor. Suppose one company has AWS, they also have Azure. They also have Office 365. They also have VMware. Pretty much every medium to large size company, they all have, technologies from different vendors. So they would want you to uh, have these multi-vendor skills, right? So if you have multi-vendor skills, you have certification for AWS, you have certification for Office 365, you have certification for Microsoft MCSA, you have certification for VMware. So because the companies have these products, they will like to hire you more. They will prefer you over others who have less uh, multi-vendor certifications, right? So Vikas says here, one-man army. Yeah. So viewer, it's yeah. Just what I'm saying is go multi-vendor, go for AWS, VMware, Office 365, right? And yeah, what I was saying, CCNA as well. So the more multi-vendor, the better. And then you have to back it up with in the interview all the knowledge. So then Vikas says that, so basically 2 core for Office 365, MS 100, 101, and one optional we need to choose from: Azure AD, Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, Teams, and OneDrive. So Vikas, it is, let me show you that page that I sent. Okay, I'll go to that page again. And here, yeah, this is the page that shows all the certifications. So if I just go ahead and talk about this on this page, I'll do some drawing. So see this? This is MS 100 here and MS 100. So these are the core certifications, right? So other than that, then you have messaging platform. So this is Exchange Online. Messaging platform MS 200. This is option. So other than 100 and 101, these all are optional certifications. So this will be C, this will be core, right? This will be core. All others are optional. So from that, I'm also trying to cover the SharePoint. Actually, I'm covering 3. So, and then there's Microsoft Teams, this one. This is another optional one. SharePoint is an optional one. And messaging, the Exchange server has actually 2 certifications, 200 or 201. You can do any one of those. So from the optional, anyone. So from the optional, what I'm covering, Exchange, I'm covering SharePoint, I'm covering Teams. That is other than the 2 core certifications, right? So this is, I want you to have, you all have the complete skills structure, right? So I want you all to have all the skills in one course, right? Instead of, oh, I've done this course, now when is the next course starting? Oh, it's gonna after 1 month. Okay. Oh, I don't have time. Okay, after 1 year, then you got to do the second set of certification, then the third. Hey, how about 5 in 1? Just do one course and have all the skills. But you have to just work hard, really work hard. You work hard, you reap the reward, you enjoy the rest of your life. You don't work hard, good luck. So then Atif says, but I have been away from IT for long. I consider myself a fresh. Yes, Atif. So many. You're not a beginner. I'm not saying you're a beginner, but many beginners have also come to the courses, but they were determined. They were really dedicated and determined that no matter what, I have to survive. I need to do these certifications. I need to learn that. So they improved by repeating all the labs. They improved by repeating the lecture. They improved by understanding again and again and made their notes. So I've seen beginners becoming administrators after 6 or 7 courses. Those who were totally different field, they were from accounts, never done IT other than Windows 7 and YouTube. That's it, right? So, but after their determination and dedication, they are, some of them are in, earning 35, 45 per hour jobs now. It's not a short. There's no shortcut here. You have to work hard. It's, normally I've seen a beginner turning into an administrator within minimum, if they really worked hard, 7 months up to 1.5 year. So after that, wow, now some of them are enjoying their life. Nice mortgage home and nice car, new car. Oh, I'm happy about them. Okay, so new car, right? Okay, so anyway, but the thing is that yes, we have to. Well, beginners can do it. So I'm sure you're not. I know it's not. I'm sure. I know that you have more IT knowledge than many. So it's not difficult. Nothing is difficult. But it's our determination, and that makes everything impossible, because it makes every impossible possible. Okay. Whoa. Did it land correct? Okay, so then viewer says, LOL, CCNA had to be inserted in the reply. Yes, CCNA is a must-have. So Vakas is saying, since we are also studying Azure 80, it could be considered an optional cert. Where is Azure here? Identity and services. Well, so Azure, there is no separate certification for Azure. So it's in identity and services, Microsoft Azure is covered, but also there are many others. So MS100, yes, it is 80% actually, 70% Azure, but it covers a lot others. You add a tenant, you add a domain, but it's again Azure is distributing that. So yes, this is Azure. We already are doing that. So, but Azure is covered in MS100, so you're good. Okay, so and since we are studying Azure, okay. And Fahd says, yeah, about SharePoint. Will we be learning SharePoint online or SharePoint premises? So, Fahd, it will be SharePoint online. I'm not going for on-premises because once I did try this stunt as well, and it didn't go well. We lost 3 or 4 classes just to implement that with all the students, and we're not able to do that. So yes, we're going for online, and online also there's a lot of labs there, especially one lab where we have to. Let me just give you one. The toughest lab there in Azure is that you have Office 365 here, and then you have Azure here, right? So we're going to be, now these are 2 separate products of Microsoft, right? So we're going to be installing a SQL Server here, and that SQL Server is just a database, right? So it has a huge amount of data in the databases. So that SQL Server will be synchronizing all its data to Office 365 SharePoint. So inside SharePoint from Azure, IaaS Azure, we're going to be adding it to SharePoint. So that's one of the labs there. That how can you have a separate product based SQL Server over the internet, synchronizing all its data to SharePoint. So that's just that's the toughest lab there that requires a lot of steps. So okay, and then there's oh okay, we're gonna have a 30-minute break coming. So oh yeah, your time zone. So yeah, guys, I'm here for 10-minute break. We can have a 10-minute break here, but then we are actually getting a 30-minute break as well after 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes I'm here, but you can ask questions, and then I'm gonna still explain all the course structure. So yes, 10-minute break here. And I'm taking questions right now. So what type of understanding will we have by the end of the topic? Okay, what type of understanding we will have by the end of the topic? That's a very, very good question. So I need to line up all that as well. So Leo, today is introduction day and all the questions about, but I'm going to tell about the lab as well. that which for Thursday we're going to start the labs. Today is introduction and questions day. So, I'm going to tell you that, or tell everyone, what do we need for the next lab? Number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to start on Thursday, 6 o'clock. We simply start the labs, right? But today is the Q&A and course introduction day. So Fahad is saying, can we possibly have the break at 8:30, the one with 30 minutes? Yeah, that's what I'm planning. So even before 8:30, if all the questions are done and the introduction is done, we can just call it a day as well, and we can start with the next class as the actual. So I need to just explain what is the lab and. Okay, Mariam is asking which concept of SharePoint will be covered. So it's pretty much the whole SharePoint. What is SharePoint? The sites in the SharePoint. In fact, I'm going to be explaining all the certifications topics there, what topics are covered. But there's an interesting question there that at the end of this course, what are we learning there? So I'm just going to be going for that, and that is pretty much what I mentioned here, that at the end of the course, so at the end of the course, we should be familiar, we will be familiar or with the of the Exchange Online, majority of the features, pretty much all the features we'll be familiar with, because we're going to be doing labs for the features that we can do labs for. There are some features that the labs cannot be done, so it's with the theory. Majority of them have labs. Exchange Online, we will be familiar with Exchange Online. We will be familiar with SharePoint, how SharePoint works. So and this is online. I'm mentioning. Oh, sorry, the recording window. So this is SharePoint Online, and so which concept of SharePoint? Yeah, we're going to be now talking about that. Viewer says at 8:24. Okay. Yeah, it's, hey, 8:30. Where is it opening? Fast is opening at 8:30. Isn't it 8:24 today? Okay, so SharePoint Online here, and then there is the 5 that I've talked about, Teams Online. So I'm talking that it will be 80% of the topics of all these applications that we will be doing labs for. And then the theory topics are also there. So these critical topics for the job topics will be all covered. You will be very familiar with Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, Teams Online, OneDrive Online, because there's a lot of features. OneDrive Online. Sometimes, and Azure Active Directory. So Azure Active Directory, pretty much you will be covering a lot of options there, and it will not be just Azure Active Directory. The default one already is tough. We're going to go for Premium 1, then we're going to upgrade to Premium 2, and we're going to explore all the advanced features. So this will be advanced features, right? And then we'll be familiar with Azure Security, which I still have to cover the topics of, and that's, I can say, tough. It's, yeah, tough. So you should be familiar with all these when you're done with the course, and that will be like in-depth familiar, not just familiar. So we're going to do a hands-on in-depth labs with that, right? So that was the answer that I can give to that question. It's still, but I have to go down to then which concept of SharePoint will be covered. So yes, there is a question, which concept of SharePoint will be covered. So I have actually put that in the topics where I was showing all the topics there. Yeah. Okay, let me just grab that. Okay, So I was showing you the course outline there on. So I'll just drag this here. In fact, it is here as well. So the admin course, right? So that okay. So here, if I go to 365 here, oh, it's 7:44. So curriculum. So I'll be explaining about the lab after this. But if I go to this, and you must be all enrolled into this. So pilot first will be the pilot project they're going to talk about, and in fact that's what I need to explain as well after the break, the big break. And then there is that Office 365 Azure Active Directory that we're going to go with all the features. Then all Exchange Online is coming. Then you can see already if you're enrolled in that, you should be seeing all that. The SharePoint Online and OneDrive Online. So SharePoint has sites. We're going to be talking about sites here, policies there, settings, migration. Migration is small scale migration, but not the large scale migration where we have to have a SharePoint on premises. We're gonna have only SharePoint online, and then more features. More features are classic features, all older features that I'll be introducing there, and then admin Office Drive, OneDrive, and recent. So OneDrive and SharePoint both are interconnected, and we need to understand the policies. But how to create sites, how to create subsites, how to then add applications, business applications to the sites, and what are the best practices and recommendations for that. So all this will be covered for SharePoint. When you go there, you will see a lot of features. It's a big enterprise grade application, right? Uh, uh, Atif is saying, sorry if I missed this earlier, what certifications will be through these hands-on? So yeah, so these are the topics, and Mariam, you can also see that when you go inside the LMS, I've enrolled you there. So you should be able to see all these topics there. And I'll be adding material to that. I've just given the headings there. When you go inside, I'll be adding slides later as the course progresses. Then Atif is asking that what kind of certifications we are doing. So yeah, it is that page that I showed, and the certifications are these, and which are, so the certifications we are covering here. I'll just circle them, so you can just take a picture of that if you want. So that is this certification, MS 100 we are covering, MS 101 we are covering. Then one of the two, actually some of the topics of Exchange Server from MS 200, and some of the topics from MS 201, but you will be able to cover majority of the topics for Exchange here. So you can do this certification or that certification. Also there's SharePoint Online side of this, and then there's Microsoft Teams. So these are the 5 certifications. Majority of that, or job oriented material of that, is covered. And so these are the 5 certifications we are covering here. Print screen. I'll just take a screenshot of that, and I'll be, this diagram and all these writing, I'm just gonna put it in MS Word file, and then I'll upload it to that LMS. So you will see that in that LMS where you're enrolled already, right? So this picture will also, I'll be putting in LMS. So then there is yeah, the email. So guys, either you can go for that LMS based or the email. You can also interact the payment. About the payment, it is the email that you can interact to is itguyme@gmail.com, and you can send fee via email interact, right? So okay, so this is the email, and yeah, so I'm just looking at the questions there. So guys, we're covering these 5 plus that Azure Security that we wanted to. So Azure Security. Now, so after the big break, 35 minutes break, then we're gonna come. I'm gonna explain the lab details of some of the topics there and the lab that we're gonna go for. So 5 of the certifications of Office 365. Then Azure Security, I wanted to go through that as well. And Azure Security is kind of, so I've put that, if you're enrolled already in the site, I have put the major areas of Azure Security there. And that is manage identity and access, implement platform protection, then there is secure data applications, and then there is managed security operations. Now these are general guidelines, but it goes down to really tough labs there for security, that you have to have Azure account. There's a 30-day free account that those who haven't created before will be creating that, and then from there we can go onwards and create that, do the labs. So those security topics are like they're you really, if you understand those topics, you're really good in the market. But it takes a little time and effort to understand those topics. So that's why I'm going to give my best to cover all these topics in a way that you understand, right? So uh, so this is inside the that area of the curriculum that you will see. So you will see all that there written, right? So if I go back here, now Azure Security, we talked about generally the Azure Security, but the detail, I've already given you the link for that. This link is, if I go way up there, so this is the link for Azure Security. In fact, if I go there, so AZ500, that's one of the certifications that I really push towards. And there's that download exam skills here. So I've already given that link there. And the exam skills are configure Azure Active Directory for workloads. So application, how do you configure app? So and then how do you configure identity protection? So I'm going to be talking about all that. What is identity protection? How what is monitor privileged access? How to do monitoring? Azure tenant security, when you add domain, how do you secure that? And then there is platform protection. So how do you protect from this whole Azure cloud platform with network security group with Azure firewall? I once created that firewall. I installed it, and after and I deleted it after 1 hour. But they charged me. Well, I was not expecting that kind of charge from them just for installing firewall. But we're going to install firewall, yay! Okay, so yeah, we need to learn, right? So the first rule of learning is no fear, just go for it, right? So Azure front door service, this is another security service. There are so many new services that have been introduced in Azure Security, right? Azure resource firewall. What's the difference between resource firewall, Azure firewall? What is the difference between security groups and then firewall and front door? So lots of new security features that have been added recently will be discussed, and we'll try to do as many labs as possible. So virtual machine security and hardened VM security in Azure, endpoint security, and then system updates security, then authentication, container, AKS security, which is also about containers, and vulnerability management. So obviously, all the security topics are all about you're compliant with company policies there. Then how do locks work there, and RBAC to give delegation to any other junior administrator. Azure policies, group security, and it goes down for all aspects of Azure there. Again, monitoring their policies there. But those policies are security policies, and like just-in-time security policy. Now, this is just-in-time is a very interesting policy where even the top administrator has to give a reason to connect to the most critical application. So top administrator should have 24/7 access to the critical application. He or she is managing that application. Because of that application, your business is running, right? You are really companies earning millions from that application. So that application, when top administrator, who's the main guy who is accessing that has to also give a reason. Hey, I want to connect to this application because of this reason. This used to be not the case, but now it's zero trust security model is there, and because of that, even the top administrator cannot be trusted. Top and the administrator that is actually configuring the security cannot be trusted. So yeah, the administrator account can be hacked. What do you do in that case? So that's why no one can be trusted. So how do you implement that? So if you do this certification, you should put that in the resume on the top, that I have done a security certification of Azure, because first of all, there are so many Azure jobs, and then the security of Azure is the top priority. Some of the recent interviews I've given, they were saying, "Oh, you know Azure?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, Azure. Ask me anything." And they asked me so many questions about security of Azure, in, while I was expecting administration and management of Azure. They were just concentrating on security, 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 security. So I thought, hey, I need to really tell the students, you better do this certification, and then you confidently can go for the interview, because you will be so good in securing their Azure environment, because majority of the companies have Azure cloud. So auditing, especially SQL database, advanced threat protection. They're talking about SQL database. Then there's shared access signature, HD insight. So there's so many new features. Then for databases, how do you protect those databases? Well, that's also going to be covered. Then SSL and TLS, transport layer security and secure socket layer, Azure services to protect web apps. So it goes on. Then how to use key vault. What is a key vault? What is encryption? How do you encrypt software there? So we're going to talk about that. And what is key rotation there? So manage certificates. So certificates offer two options there: security, authentication, and encryption, right? So that's it. So that's a lot of, that's not it, that's a lot of topics for security that needs to be covered, and we'll be covering that. I don't know why I was doing that stunt. Those 5 Office 365 were enough, and I had to add this one as well. I'm not sure why. But this is so critical for job. I said, why not? Just do it, man. So that's why this is there as well. Many of the topics I have covered in Azure 103 Administrator course as well, but this is in-depth security. So one security logo should be there in your resume, right? So we were talking about Office 365, the 5 courses that we are covering there, and one extra course of Azure as well, Azure Security AZ500. So some of my students have given that exam already. They were saying it's tough, so that's why we're going to be tough in the course as well. So the exam could be a bit easier for you. Okay, so that's one thing, and then I was gonna talk about then how do we do the first lab, right? And the first lab is a pilot project, guys. So what is a pilot project? So I'm just gonna explain that quickly here, because we don't have to spend till 10 o'clock today, but from Tuesday, Thursday is the time, right? So 6 to 10. And also I will be asking you once I am confirmed that who are continuing, that what is the best time? Can we go for 5 to 8? Can we go for 4 to 6 or 7, whatever? So but yeah, if anyone cannot, then I won't go ahead. So here, what is a pilot project? We're going to be doing a pilot project. Now those who have attended the Azure class before, my Azure class before, so you would know this project, but we're connecting it to Office 365 now, not Azure. So like Office 365's Azure Active Directory we're connecting to. So what is the pilot project? First is how to connect 390 users, or 400 or 500 or 1000 or 10,000 users, 300 users from our local domain controller to Office 365. So local, I can say local Active Directory, and we can also say local branch Active Directory, So this is our pilot project. This is one of the most important labs. Local branch Active Directory to Office 365 Azure Active Directory, right? So that would be our pilot project phase 1. And in the first phase, we're going to connect our local branch to our, so that we can just say phase, oops, phase uno, right? Uno in Spanish means one, right? Okay, so then phase 2 is, okay, it reached at the last, yeah. So here, phase 2 would be that how to add a tenant from a domain registrar like www.godaddy.com. So you need to purchase a site from in $1.20, right, or $1.30, cheap website for 1 year. And how to add a tenant from a domain registrar like godaddy.com to Office 365 Azure Active Directory, right? And then, well, how to then here how to connect this company domain to your Office 365 synchronized users. So how does it all work? Okay, so there are some suggestions there. 4 to 7, Vikas says, and 4 to 7. Oh, where's the lab? Oh, okay. So I'll be explaining the lab, Sean. And Abbas is saying, I think 4 to 7. 4 to 7 Toronto time, Abbas. So I'm at work till 5. Mariam is saying, okay. So guys, 4 is kind of out. So Vikas is saying 5 to 8. Because any one student is not there, then obviously we have to drop it. So Saeed is saying 6 to 9. Okay. Okay, 5 to 8 Toronto time. Well, most probably 5 to 8, but Sean is saying 6 to 10. Okay, guys, forget it. So Ali is saying 7 to 10. Okay, why did I even ask? So, so yeah, guys, there's one student till 7. Okay, Ali is saying 10 to 7. So it is from night 10 till morning 7. So that's really crazy, but Ali, we have to follow you if you want 10 to 7. I think you meant 7 to 10, but he wrote 10 to 7. So from night 10 till morning 7, we're going to be dead meat and yawning like there will be yawn competition going on, right? So, and who takes the most yawns? If you complete 1,000 yawns, you're the winner. Okay, so, but there's that activity. Okay, in DC. So yeah, activity going on DC. Yeah, so we were talking about what's the price? Yeah, I'll be thinking about the price. Yeah, maybe samosa, pakoda, or something like that. Okay, or biryani maybe. Okay, so what we're talking about is that it's going to be a local branch. We're going to be creating our local machine. So guys, I have given you the resources already in the ENROLL. Just go to that LMS site and get enrolled there and see the resources section there. For the next lab, you must have VMware Workstation, right? So guys, it's back to 6 to 10, sorry. VMware Workstation, and it's Windows 2012. So Windows 2012, we're going to be installing that together, or so Windows 2012 R2. It has to be R2. Must be R2. Okay, so you must have the VMware Workstation, Windows 2012 R2, and next class we will be creating the Office 365 account ourselves. So we're going to create it together. Office 365 E5 user subscription. We will create ourselves. What you must have before the next class, which is the day after tomorrow, you must have a VMware Workstation 15 Pro or 14 Pro, or whichever, and Windows 2012 Windows 2012. You must have that. If you don't have it, you can email me. I have created Google group already. I'll be creating the WhatsApp group as well. Office 5 E5 subscription is there. We will create ourselves. We will create ourselves. So I hope those were carrying on. You have enrolled to the course. You can see all that because it is in the. I'm going to be adding all the download links there now. Ourselves. Okay. So and yes, make sure this one last thing you must have. If you don't have it, then you have it. It's internet. Okay, I'm kidding. So yeah, internet we already have. So yeah, it's 2012 to 2019. Yeah, anyone is good. So what about 16? So yes, NOSA 16 is okay. Miriam, 16 is okay. It's just that it gives when you install. So try to go for a latest version of 2016. Because when you install it gives a license error. That's why I'm going for 2012 because we're gonna just install Active Directory, which is the same in 2012, same in 2016, same in 2019. So up to you, whichever you want. But when we're installing, if you're stuck, so 2012 does not, okay, yeah, 2012 has an issue as well. 2012's latest version is good, but 2012 also is having issues. So 2016 or 2019 is good. Then okay, let's just go for that. 2016 or 2019. Yeah, just go for www.microsoft.com/download, right, and simply download the latest version, right. 2016 in your resource page. Okay, 2016 then. Sure. Leo, thank you. And Nasser says paying credit card for. Oh, you want to give me the credit? Sure, sure. Oh, just kidding. So, viewer, Rosa is hitting you, man. Yeah, it is definitely. Atif, I have a domain registered with ionos.com. Can we use register? So, Atif, first of all, this domain should be in GoDaddy.com. Second thing is, you should not be using it for any company because we're gonna mess it up, right? Just to learn, right? And no, says 2016 data center. Yes, 2016 data center is good. So 2016 data center is good. And there's no R2 in 2016, so data center is good, right? Okay, so whoa. Oh man, 803. Okay, so GoDaddy monopoly. Yeah, I have shares in GoDaddy. That's why I'm pushing. Just kidding. So no, I don't have any shares. It's just that Microsoft has a collaboration with GoDaddy.com. That's why I'm insisting that. So guys, try to do it now, but go to www.godaddy.com or right off the class, just do it and purchase a cheap domain, maybe $1.20, $1.30. You spend more than that today, like every day for coffee. So $1.20 for 1 year. Just go for a domain that ends with .site. Don't go for .com and .ca because that's going to be $10 or $12. Go for .site or .abc, some domain that nobody cares about, right? So that's going to be cheap, right? So can we use subdomains? Yeah, well, we can test that, OS. Sure, we can test that. Hopefully, if it is on GoDaddy.com, it's okay. If it's on some other, because Microsoft has collaboration with GoDaddy, it's going to automatically add that domain to the Azure Active Directory easily. So you can try with subdomain. Otherwise, it's just you can go for some cheap site there and go for $1.20 or 30 cents. Right? If you're purchasing a domain from GoDaddy.com and at the end when you're checking out and it says $10, go back. Don't go ahead. Don't click the final checkout there. Right? Just go back there. So the better thing is, okay. So yeah, guys, my kid is here and he's asking that please open internet. I have blocked their internet at 8 o'clock. Ha! So much fun. Okay. Anyway, no, forget it. Okay. So yeah. We were talking about that, yeah. So I was saying, yeah, I have a GoDaddy domain connected with my server. Whoa, okay. Avas, you're, wow, you're like a level 3 administrator there. So that's good. But we're gonna make some DNS changes in the domain. That's so. Just make sure that those DNS changes do not hurt your connectivity to the server. If you want to go for that, yeah, just use that. Johnny says it's I already have a .com, which is okay if you're not using it for the company. If it's free, it's okay, right? Viewer says, will our credit card be saved in that site? Obviously. So viewer, you can purchase with $1.20 with a credit card, and GoDaddy.com. I know them; they're a very honest person, and they have been very honest with me. Just kidding. So yeah, they're just international company, so saving credit card with them is good. Okay, so yeah. .com and subdomains. So guys, this is something that we need to have before the next class, and I hope everyone has filled up a form because then we're going to do this pilot project. I'm going to explain on that day, Thursday, 6 o'clock. It's still 6 to 10, guys, because one or two of us cannot make it, and I needed 4 hours minimum because we can achieve a lot of topics that way. 3 hours is kind of problem. So then so guys, it's 6 to 10, and then this is the lab we're doing, and you must have these things available already in your laptop or desktop. Your laptop or desktop should be 16 GB RAM, but if it is 8 GB RAM, you're gonna be slow, and anything you don't have it here. So I need to create a I need to add your Gmail. I need only your Gmail. Some of you have given me Hotmail, so give me Gmail or create a Gmail and then give me, because I'm gonna be adding this video to the YouTube, and I'm gonna make it private, and then I'm gonna add your Gmail to that YouTube video, right? So you're gonna get that. So I need your Gmail for that, and that's the first thing. And second thing is that you must have filled that form. If you haven't filled that form, because from the form I'm gonna get your, I need your cell phone to create WhatsApp group for quick communication, right? So quick communication, I need that. So VMware Workstation 15 Pro, yes. 15 Pro, 14 Pro, 13 Pro, every workstation is okay. So our pilot project is where we're going to install the operating system there, and so yeah, that's what we need to do. So make sure, if you don't have it, just WhatsApp me, just email me. And so guys, payment is due after the first class. This is first class, right? So I'll be kindly sending you an email with a nice reminder. You can just go to the course and just pay directly there, or you can interact me over the email. So okay guys, you make sure that VMware Workstation is there. If you don't have it, well, just go to the vmware.com website and just create your free account, and you get that workstation there, right? And 2016 or 2019. So, and Office365, don't create it now. We're going to create it together, right? It does not require a credit card. It does not require a credit card, right? And internet, obviously you're connected to internet right now. So, and just go to godaddy.com, purchase a cheap domain that ends with .site.abc, and make sure it is not more than $1, not more than $2, right? So, okay, please let me try operating as joining and then you're breaking. Oh, okay. So, so guys, well, are there any questions? We can even call it a day today, because it was an introduction, and yeah, and Vikas, you can actually go now. It's okay. So, guys, if there are any questions, because this is the lab that we need to do, and otherwise we can just keep the introduction to this time, and we can actually finish the class now. And those who are joining, just be ready for the Thursday. From Thursday, action starts, and we do all the labs step by step. If you must have this arranged before the Thursday, so you have just one day before you need to arrange all this, right? And if there's any problem, just let me know how to arrange this, how to arrange that. I'm going to be answering all your questions on WhatsApp, right? So time is 6 to 10, guys. It's the same time that we have, because I just wanted to know if anyone or two students are not affected. I need to have the class, uh, from 4 hour class. If we don't have a 4 hour class, it's not going to be that good. So 6 to 10 is the time. So it's Thursday 6 to 10 class starts, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, right? So make sure this is all arranged. Take a picture of that, and I'm going to be putting that in that enroll already in the resources in that LMS site. This is all written there. There's nothing different, right? Oh yeah, GoReady.com. I did not write there, maybe, so you need to write that too. So with fasting break, yeah. So it will be 30-minute break in the middle, yeah, at the passing time. So it will be 8:30, 8:24, 8:25. The break starts till 30 minutes. So otherwise we're gonna have full on 6 to 10 with a fasting break. So yeah, okay, guys. So this is it. If there are any questions, let me know. And Sean is saying that how to access. Sean, create an account there in itprofcourses.usefedora.com. So WhatsApp link. WhatsApp link. So I'll be adding you all to the WhatsApp group now, Ali. I haven't added everyone to the WhatsApp group. So I'll be creating a group now, and then you will get. And the WebEx I have sent to your email already. And so then Mariam is asking, just quick question. We install Office E5 just on the VMs. Whoa, Mariam, no. We're not installing MS Office, and E5 is an enterprise package. So do not touch anything Office right now. So on Thursday, I'm going to explain how to create a free 30-day subscription, 30-day user account on Office 365, but it has to be Enterprise 5 package. There is E1, E3, E5. We're going to create E5 package. So do not touch anything Office 365. We're going to start it together on Thursday, right? So user account. So I'm going to be telling all the details at that time, right? So do not create any VM now. We're going to be creating that quickly together. Do not install Windows 2016 now. We're going to install it together. But we're going to install it together on Thursday, right? I logged in with my Gmail ID, but not able to access. Oh yeah, Sean, so I'll be enrolling you to the course myself, yeah. So, and Adit is saying, should the VMware be downloaded or installed too? So install the VMware, yes. Install the VMware and keep it there. Install the VMware and keep it there. So we're going to install together Windows 2016 or 2019. We're going to create together Office 365. Do not do all that. So what you need to do before the class is do it before the class, which is install this VMware workstation, and I'm gonna give you this video as well. And then also before the class you can do this. That's it. Purchase the domain and install VMware workstation for you, right? Do it before the class. The rest we will do it together. You have to follow me for every small step. You need to follow me and you'll be good, right? Okay, so I logged in with my, should the VMware be downloaded? Yeah, it has to be installed. Do we have class after breakfasting? No, today we don't have a class after this break. This is it. We're finishing the class now because I'm just taking your questions now, and I've told you already what's the introduction is already done. I'm going to send you that video as well. I think they might be offering a 3-month. Oh wow, Fahad is saying they're offering 3-month trial of Office 365. Wow, we're going to check that. We're going to be creating new accounts, right? Okay, Fahad is saying is 14.1 okay. Yes, Fahad, 14.1 is okay. Ali saying, do we migrate one tenant to other tenant in Office 365? Ali, we can try that. Yes, it's not in the course that I'm doing, but if you mention and remind me, I will try to do that, because we just need to create 2 accounts and do the migration. Not big deal. Um in interview, everybody asks for migrating Office 5, which tools are we using? So we're using SharePoint tools and OneDrive migrating tools for uploading data only. We're not migrating mailboxes to Exchange. We're not migrating SharePoint to, but we are going for migration tools of SharePoint and OneDrive to upload files uh, and file servers. But I can give you the Exchange server installation, SharePoint installation videos, and you can try it at home, and I can guide you with that too. Most companies use Barracuda. Yeah, Barracuda is a third-party software, so in that case, Barracuda course has to be done, right? So, and Mariam is asking, could you please explain the Office 5 subscriptions and their difference? Yeah, Mariam. So it is Office 365. There is E5, which is Enterprise 5. So there are three subscriptions types there. Office 360. That's why I'm saying that I'm planning to explain all that on Thursday. But since you asked now, so there's Enterprise 1, there's Enterprise 3, and then there is Enterprise 5. So E5 has all the advanced features. So that's why we're going to go for trial version of E5, advanced features. E5. E5 has all the advanced features. E3 has lesser features. Maybe it does not have advanced features of Teams. It doesn't have advanced features of SharePoint. And then E1 is very cheap package. It has basic features of Exchange server. So all those Teams, Exchange, and SharePoint are there, but some of the advanced features are only activated when you go for higher package with more price. So E5 per employee is 45 per user per month. $45 per user per month, right? We're gonna go for trial version of that, obviously. So that's how it is. Yeah. So, but I'll be offering in detail. But E5 is the having the last lot of features. Avas is asking, can I use already credit Azure trial account in this course because I have $200 credit for 12 months. Wow. Oh yes, sure, you can use that. Sure. Ali says thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So that is it. If there are any questions, let me know. I'm gonna put make sure you're connected to LMS now, and you're getting all the instructions there on LMS. So we have already talked about this LMS here, right? So and the course, those who are not enrolled in the course Office 365, you should be seeing this logo Office 365 when you enroll there, and then in curriculum, I'm going to be adding all the areas here. I'm going to be filling up all these areas here, and we're going towards our pilot project, which is this in LMS. You should be all seeing that right now, right? So if you don't have access, just send me a message there. So pilot project and concept introduction, everything is there. So and again, those who have not filled the form, please fill the form. And yeah, payment is due after today's first class, right? Yeah. And okay, here this is the pilot project. So just if you're enrolled, just go. I'll be putting all the information here, but you can ask in email or in the WhatsApp what we need, right? So if there are any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we can just call it a day today. Introduction and resources will be added here. Any questions, just keep asking. So this is it for today. We're gonna start the class on Thursday 6 to 10 with a 30 or 35-minute break, and we're gonna be doing everything step by step. You're gonna follow me for everything. So just prepare what I asked you to prepare here, and the rest we're going to be just fine. Okay, guys. So if there are any questions, let me know. Otherwise, it's a bye bye, and see you on Thursday 6 sharp, 5:55 sharp actually. Right? We're good. All right. Bye bye. So we're gonna meet on Thursday 5:55 sharp. Thank you. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Nasser. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Vikas. Bye bye. And thank you, Waze. Bye bye. And have a nice day, Fahad and Ecostatin. Have a nice day. Mhm. So good night, Leo. All right, say thank you. And all right, thank you, Nosa. All right, bye bye, guys, everyone. I'll close the meeting now. The email to send, yeah, you can use email to send money, Fahad. Yeah, sure, everyone. So, okay, guys, see you on Thursday, 5:55 sharp. Bye bye. Thank you. So I'll be just closing the meeting now, and see you on Thursday. Yay! Okay, so I'll just click the leave meeting now. Bye bye. Okay, Konstantin, I was able to install Windows 2012 R2. That is okay. Wow, that is okay, Konstantin. Perfect. Way to go. It's okay. And yeah. Okay, guys. Bye bye, Konstantin. Bye bye. All right. See you. Bye bye. And I'll be closing now. Leave meeting in. If you have any questions, also ask me on WhatsApp, right? Or Google Group or email. All right. Leaving meeting now and ending meeting. Yay! Okay, bye bye. Ending meeting now in 3, 2,